Fox News confirming the U.S. has given notice to 60 Russian diplomats at the embassy and the UN, and they have 1 week to pack up and leave the country. Administration also ordering the closure of the Russian consulate in Seattle, Washington. Rich Edson has more details breaking out from the State Department, and the administration also accuses them of spying. Rich, what have you learned?
Hey, good morning, Bill. And as part of the 60, 12 of these officials, according to the State Department, are being expelled for intelligence operative activities. Those are folks who are housed in the Russian mission to the United Nations in New York. In total, the U.S. government is kicking 60 Russian officials and their families out of the country. They've got a week to leave the United States, also closing that consulate in Seattle. Now, the administration says it chose Seattle as a location or a consulate from the Russian government to close because of its proximity to a U.S. submarine base. It's also near major Boeing installation, and as you know, Boeing not only makes commercial aircraft, but it's also a major defense contractor. As part of this, the State Department says in a statement, quote, "We take these actions to demonstrate our unbreakable solidarity with the United Kingdom and to impose serious consequences on Russia for its continued violations of international norms." Now, senior administration officials say the United States is not yet recalling any of its diplomats from Russia, but it's likely the Russian government's going to do that for the United States. We've contacted the Russian government, asked them for any type of response that they may have to this. They've not responded to our request, but there's an anticipation. Usually when you kick diplomats out of your country, the same happens to you in their country. Also, there are international reports saying European countries have joined the United States. Of late, you've got Lithuania, the Czech Republic, Denmark, and Germany, among others, announcing that they've also kicked Russian diplomats out of their countries.
Clearly coordinated, too, as we well know, Rich. This is on top of already sour relations between the U.S. and Moscow.
Right. And administration officials over the last couple of months have been saying that they've really reached the end of the rope with Russia on a number of different fronts, whether it's election interference around the world, whether it's continued interference in eastern Ukraine, the support of the Assad regime in Syria. The Trump administration came in, like other administrations, wanting to work or an attempt to work with Russia. They've done so a little bit in Syria and in other places, but for the most part, administration officials and State Department officials are saying that they've essentially reached the end of the rope here when it comes to Russia. Still want to try to work with them, but they're going to be a little more aggressive in their posture towards them, Bill.
Big story as it develops, too. Thanks, Rich. Rich Edson from the State Department this morning.